recall that in the previous video, we looked at what budget is all about. So in this video, we're going to look at the purposes and the advantages of budget. That means we want to know why we prepare budgets for organizations and the advantages that are derived from doing so. We can isolate 5, as you can see on the slide, 5 advantages or purposes for which we prepare budgets. The first one there is planning and coordination. Budgeting helps the management in planning and coordination of various activities of the organization. It helps management to coordinate the activities of various departments. Just for the purpose of illustration, consider in a factory where they make bread, that is in a bread factory. You discover that when you have a budget for the production department, it helps them to know what quantity they will produce. And without budget too, the department that cares for purchasing will have no difficulty knowing the quantity of raw materials to arrange for, to buy. So it makes planning and coordination of the activities of various departments easier. With the sales budget too, the sales department is also aware of what they're expecting from production and what they're expected to sell. Now, the second advantage we have there has to do with clarification of authority and responsibility. The budgeting process makes it necessary to clarify the responsibilities of each manager who has a budget. What do I mean by this? When a budget is prepared, you discover that managers are made responsible for the budget of their departments. And because of this, the authority is now clearly defined. It's easier for them to know what is expected of them, what they're expected to do. Now, the third point there has to do with communication and coordination. Just as we mentioned earlier, when budget is in place, each level of management is aware of what is expected of them during the budget period. It also makes it easier for them to know the organization objectives, what the organization wants to achieve during the budget period, so that all involved will be working toward it. So with budget, objectives of the organization during the period would have been communicated to all concerned, and they will be working toward it. So it makes for both communication and coordination of the activities of the organization. Now, let's look at the fourth item there, and that is control. Control has to do with comparing actual results with planned results, so that you now know whether the organization is actually achieving what it has planned to achieve or not, so that you can now take corrective action where things are not working the way they should, and that is control. It's also a function of management. Budget helps you to do that, because how can you control when there is no budget? With what can you check the actual results when there is no plan? So budget helps you to achieve this also. Now, we also have motivation here. What does this mean? When budget is there, you discover that both lower and middle management are involved in the budget preparation, and because they are involved, everybody knows the target, what they want to achieve as stipulated in the budget. So they'll be working hard to make sure that they achieve these objectives. And so, with this in mind, you can now see that budget helps you to motivate your employees toward achieving what they have helped you to put in the budget. So, you can see that without budget, it is difficult to run a successful business. So, you need it so that you can plan well, coordinate the activities well, clarify authority in the organization, communicate and coordinate properly, and also take control actions, and then motivate your staff. Now, having seen this, in the next video we are going to look at budgetary control. We're going to see what that is all about. In the meantime, try to like our video, subscribe to our channel. Remember, this is Gozi Accounting Academy.